Well, and there we go, everybody. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. You see the microphone's a little spicy, so we're just going to move it down before we get too carried away here. See how that works. And are you ready for this? I hope you're sitting down, folks, because happy Christmas in July, right? Is this the coolest jacket you've ever seen? And you'll be happy to know I took the time to put new batteries in it, so hopefully you can see that it's flashing, the reindeers and the Santas or whatever the heck I'm wearing. And it is polyester, and it is roughly 93 degrees here in beautiful Quitman, Texas, where I'm standing today. So if it looks like I'm a little warm, I am. Folks, welcome to the show today. It's Friday Fun Day Live. My name is Rob Appell, coming to you from Quitman, Texas. Stitchin Heaven is the name of our wonderful quilt shop out here, and I have had a great extended week with my family out here in Quitman. We've been having all kinds of wonderful fun. So welcome, 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 everybody. You may need to turn your audio down a little bit. I've got a different mic on, and I can tell it's a little bit loud. I'm sorry. I don't want to pay too much attention to that. Let us know where you're coming in from. Let us know what the weather's like. Let us know what you're working on today. We're so excited to have you joining us. As a matter of fact, that's right, folks, we did it. We hit 59,000 subscribers here on YouTube. So if you're not one of those subscribers, please make sure that you subscribe now. Hit the like button. That way you can go ahead and be notified. Make sure you're sharing the videos out with everybody. It's really the best way that we can grow our quilting and sewing community here, which we just have a lot of fun and inspiration, and I'm so glad to see all of you following along. Today I'll be doing a show and tell of a quilt that came in that's just lovely. Patty, now I've given up. You know you're here to see your quilt, which is going to be awesome. We're going to do a little review, and like I said, I've got some fun things that happened out here, including something I have absolutely never seen before, and this is just going to be awesome. But while we're going through the get up and everything, like I said, let's finish out some of our business. We do have a wonderful Facebook group. I've updated it. We're at 1.6 thousand members. Pretty rad. Getting several requests every day. You do have to request to join. So, well, Rob Appell on Facebook, the private group, but it's a wonderful place for us to share photos and inspiration and communicate with each other. And folks, I'm not the best at social media, and I actually have many, many social media channels from the years of the different brands I've been with and things. And so really, the easiest way now is I'm putting all of my content on the So Well channel, as well as I'm putting extra content there that I'm not putting in other places. So at any rate, that's probably the best place to find out what's really going on in my life and in my adventures and in my creativity and following along there if you're not always following along on YouTube. If you miss anything I say, I've done my best to put all of the reference links down in the description below, including links to patterns and workshops and events or anything we discuss in the video. So if this is a new video for you, your first time here, please note that I do my best to build up the links in advance as we're going to go ahead and talk about what's happening today. And let's just go through the exciting stuff. Most exciting and very special today is definitely July 12th. So
happy birthday, Mom!
Right? That was kind of fun. So yes, my mom today it's her birthday. I won't say how young she is, but I spoke to her a little while ago. Her and her sister are out having all kinds of fun. They'll be picking me up from the airport tomorrow, so I get to have a little bit of time with my mom and my aunt. It's going to be great. So at any rate, happy birthday, Mom. We all love you. And then coming up, and why am I dressed like this? Yeah, this whole month we're doing Christmas in July. We're doing different specials each week, generally on or around 25% off. So right now is all Christmas pre-cuts and panels. So I can show you, this is an example of a wonderful Santa panel that's available. This thing is huge, right? Would be great for doing some machine quilting or embroidery or couching on. I would actually take the time to trace some of the elements and build up some fusible raw edge applique to fill in, make this the center of a quilt. So this is the example of a Christmas panel. Here's another one, a little bit different style, right? You could do something really fun out of this. And folks, don't forget, you can even wrap packages for holidays in fabric. So this is a great way to give a gift that is also a gift that's inside of the gift. So this is a fun little one we also have. We have several listed on our website, so please check those out. That goes on, let me just check my notes. So that's going on all the way through the 7th. Nope, sorry, I said that wrong. Through the 14th. all Christmas panels, and and Christmas pre-cuts are 25% off. Now, what I'm most excited about, and I'm giving you a little insider tip here, folks, next week is 25% off all notions and Stitchin Heaven branded merchandise. So let's talk about a couple of those things before we go any further, because there's a lot of things you see me use in and out of my sewing that are super important. I absolutely love these metallic pincushion bowls. These are great for holding bobbins for like industrial machines, pins. I keep a lot of tools and different things in them. I absolutely love these. And because they're magnetic, they can stick to countertops and different things that you have that are awesome. Funny enough, today, that's right. We've got this fun little, let's go to the quilty cam here. Today, I was looking and I actually purchased myself one of these wonderful little Columbo journals. Keeping notes is something that I usually always try to do handy. And so things like this we have wonderful little markers and labels for your quilting. As you know, I love my reusable mugs. So this is what would be the example of a Stitchin Heaven merchandise or swag. So we have the small cup for your iced tea or coffees, and we have the giant cup with Gus, our mascot, or of course we have the Stitchin Heaven logo on the side there. And I believe it comes with a straw as well. Really cool. Something that I love are these pop-up trash bags. These are great to always have in your sewing kit so that when you go off to retreats and different things, you have those available. Of course, we've got some awesome high quality industrial scissors with nice leather handle, or like a nice rubberized handle, excuse me. So these are beautiful. Those are available. These clips and like our rotary cutter blades and things like that. Those are all fabulous examples of what we have available, right? Coming up next week at that 25% off on the notions. I also want to point out there are a few things on the table I'd love to show off, but they're not discounted to my knowledge, so I don't want to confuse anybody. So I'm going to talk about these in a bit. I want to talk about these real quick. I grabbed them at the last second. Let me bring these close. This is a friend of ours. I don't know if Stephanie or Ingrid, if you've logged in yet, but if you know Krista, who was on the Patriot Cruise with us, this is an example of her artwork, and you can now get these exclusively at Stitchin Heaven, I believe. And what they are is these are beautiful stainless steel tumblers where she has taken and resin coated in beautiful fabric combinations, right? So she's made a couple of different styles. We have them on our website and they're absolutely beautiful. And what's really fun is that about a year ago or so, when she first started making them, our friend, the combat quilter, Andrew Lee, actually had this made for me as a gift. And so I absolutely love it. I always drink out of it when I'm out here. And so it was really fun. I participated in First Saturday, one of my events I did when I first got here, and we were showcasing these. So Krista, people have gone super crazy for them. They're super excited about them. And it's because they are incredibly beautiful, kind of one-of-a-kind mugs. Folks, if you do get one, I would not leave it unattended. It will definitely walk away. So be careful. Make sure you have those. And then I also want to point out for our local viewers out there, tomorrow, Saturday, starting at 10 o'clock, going until 1 o'clock, we have a hands-on demo day happening right here in the shop. So we're doing it around the Bernina sewing machines because at 12 noon, Bernina is doing the big launch video of their brand new 990 sewing machine. And we'll be playing that here in store for all of you to come and celebrate with us. But if you've been considering looking at a Bernina, if you're interested in a serger or anything, just you want some personal information, we have a great team of individuals. And I just was checking, the machines are set up just in the next room over for personalized attention and personalized hands-on feel. So this is a time where you really come out. You know, it's like if you're looking to demo a water ski, right? You go to the lake, you get behind your boat, you try out all the water skis you think you might be interested in, and then you go ahead and you make your purchase on the one that fits you the best. And so I think it's really exciting that we're going to have this. So it's been advertised a bit, but I forgot to mention it because I was traveling last week. So absolutely tomorrow, 10 until 1 o'clock, right here in the store in Quitman, Texas, demo days on the Bernina machines, and the follow-up at 12 o'clock with the wonderful 990 review, which is going to be super exciting for y'all out there. Down the road, we actually have a handy quilter long arm training coming up in October. That's going to be a 3-day workshop, and you can come for 1 day or all 3 of the days. Each day is designed to learn a little something special and or new for all of you out there. And then I'd also like to just point out we have a couple of wonderful tutorials that have just been dropped. So last or I shouldn't say last week, a couple of weeks ago, the free pattern with my new fabric line, Borrowed Time, came out. The pattern is available over on the Benartex website. And then, of course, there's links in the video, and the fabrics are now available and shipping from Stitchin Heaven. And then this week, we put up the last skill builder video for the free motion series, putting it all together using the different swirls and pea pods and the straight line quilting and all those different things I've been trying to teach for you all, excuse me, all y'alls out there when it comes to machine quilting. So I thought that would be really fun for you to enjoy. So that came up on Wednesday, and the next Wednesday we have a really fun follow-up. So this is the What is a Quilting Cruise, and it's a really neat interview series of a bunch of folks that were on the cruise. It happened to be just the week before the Patriot Cruise that I keep referring to that I was on just a few weeks ago. I think I'm still in a little bit of like cruise awe over the amount of great time we had out there. But so it was fun. I've mentioned before, I think that we sent the marketing team, the camera crew on board one of the cruise ships, and I really enjoyed watching their overview because it reminded me of the fun I had had. But this is really neat. It's a sit down with a lot of the different quilting cruisers or cruising quilters, and you just get to hear their opinion of how the entire thing came together. So anyways, that'll be available for you all on Wednesday coming up. And a last minute announcement, again, you may have to live close for this, but August 7 through 11, we actually have a few seats that just opened up in my retreat. You know what happens. Final payment comes due. Somebody realizes they've double booked themselves. So yes, 7 through 11, we have a few spots left, and we're going to be building fabric fusion style quilts. So that's where we're going to be putting together a patchwork background, and then we'll be building appliques up on top of them. And I have kits you can work from, or you can go ahead and you can create your own with a little bit of my guidance, or maybe a lot of my guidance, depending on how new you are to this style of quilt making. That's what these wonderful retreats are for. So we'll have about 40 of you here joining us, and it's going to be a great time. Some special guests, by the way, as well, because you know I roll with some pretty cool people. So at any rate, now let's dive into that show and tell. Patty, as we promised, let's look at Patty's beautiful quilt, folks. As you know, or if you're brand new to the channel, I would love to share your quilts with all of our community out there, folks. So if you would like to show off one of your quilts, just email it to me. And let me put up my email address first. So it's rob@stitchinheaven.com. Maybe hard to see with my Bernina there in front of it. But yeah, rob@stitchinheaven.com. Send me a photo of your quilt, and I will assume you want me to put it on my channel. So here it is. Isn't this an awesome use of strips? So thank you very much, Patty, for sending in your beautiful quilt. And it is a very relaxing and calming project. So let's just take her name off real quick so you can all enjoy it there. And again, I'm always so enamored with the different approaches and techniques that all of you quilters out there come up with to tell your story and to convey your message in fabric. It's just so much fun. So anyways, Patty, thank you for sending that beautiful quilt in. And I so appreciate all of you that have sent or will be sending in photographs for a future show and tell. So it's really fun to have you all participating out there. And now, probably with no further ado, we're going to dive right into what I call the Grateful List. Now, the Grateful List is my reminder and kind of a way that I just could do a recap again for the week. But one of the things I find so incredibly important is to spend a little bit of quality time every morning quietly thinking about the great things we are blessed with, right? And when we say so well, it's about sewing and a bit of wellness. And folks, I know you'll agree with me, right? Sewing and quilting and crafting and making stuff just make us feel better. And when we feel better, our mental health improves. When our mental health improves, the lives of everyone around us improve. So folks, that's your excuse. Just keep on making stuff, right? And be grateful for it. So here we go with our grateful list for the week. And I'm going to start with easy travel. What is easy travel, folks? Easy travel is what happens when you travel on the Friday in the middle of a 3-day weekend or 4-day weekend. So yeah, I flew out to Texas on the 5th of July, and folks, I had elbow room for knitting. I actually was assigned the A seat, but I got the B seat when no one else boarded the plane, and it was wonderful. And more importantly, the biggest challenge for me coming out to Texas is the rental car agency or depot, the hub for all the rental cars in Dallas is quite large, and there's often a big line at some of the different counters, and you just never know what's going to happen. So sometimes I've waited as much as 2.5 hours to get a car after traveling all day and then having another 2-hour drive in front of me. And when I flew in on Friday, I walked right up to the counter. The gentleman handed me a bottle of water and my keys, and I rolled on into town. And so yes, it was wonderful traveling in the middle of the holiday weekend because no one else was traveling. So number 2 on the grateful list, transitions. Transitions. Folks, many of you have heard that our fearless leader, Deb Luttrell, has retired officially. We threw a big retirement party for her this last Sunday. The Long Run Band came out. They're an amazing band that does a bunch of incredible Eagle covers tunes. They did an acoustic set for all of us, and it was just fantastic. I've got a little video I'd like to show you, a little bit of that recap of that. Here's the So yes, a lot of fun. And so the shoes are on the table at this point because you've seen them. They are made out of my awesome New Worlds fabrics. But many of you heard I was having a custom pair made for Deb. So here we go, folks. There she is with her wonderful shoes. And here's the close-up view of Deb's shoes that we have now officially awarded her for her retirement. So just in perfect time for Deb to retire. There we are this morning goofing off in our awesome shoes, having a blast. And anyways, I just once again want to thank Deb Luttrell for building this incredible place where we can all come and we can all gather for a giant event and amazing retreats and quilting cruises and bus trips and sewing classes and quilting in general. It's just amazing. Now, she's built an incredible business that has actually really built on a lot of processes and systems. We're pretty much an organized organization. And so, as we've all discussed, not much is really going to change over the next several months for all of us out here. It should be business for as usual, and you'll see that as well. But over time, her son Clay, who many of you have met in person, is taking over our integrator role, or our visionary role, I should say. And so that just means that somebody that's been in the industry, a lot of you, like I said, met him early on when he was a young man, pushing Gus the cow around at International Quilt Festival and selling quilt cruises and all that kind of stuff. So he has all of you quilters in mind, and I promise you're going to barely notice a transition, other than, you know, Clay, he likes exciting stuff too. So we might have some more exciting stuff coming towards all of you very soon. So happy, I almost said graduation, happy retirement, Deb. We love you. We appreciate everything you've done for all of us. Now, into something new. Check this out, guys.
Hey, everybody, check this out. This is a great opportunity. Here's Marlon, our wonderful service tech out here at Stitchin Heaven, and he finally found something that I had never seen before. Check this out.
And yes, folks, I've seen a serger before, but never have I seen a serger on one side that has a standard machine on the other. Marlon, this is so cool. Oh, can we rotate it? How does it work? Look at this.
It's on a turntable.
Oh my goodness. I so want this machine. This is amazing. Okay, any idea what year this was made, you think?
I have no idea.
No idea. No. Had you ever seen this before?
I have never seen one of these things before.
Oh, wow. The first ever 2-in-1. High five. Thanks, Marlon. Okay, folks, now, update. You can see I even have a different t-shirt on. Marlon has spent the last day working on the new sewing machine, the Serger sewing machine combo, and we were talking, like, shouldn't it be more efficient than this? Look, he found it. He found it.
Okay, show me how it works. Turn this thing around?
Right.
Lever right here.
Look at that. And it just spins because you have to rotate it 180 degrees. That's the only thing I think Marlon and I have decided we would have done, is we would have put the serger and the sewing machine on the same side, but that's it right there.
That's
how it works. Susan on the bottom of the combo 2-in-1 sewing machine. Let us know if you've ever seen a machine like this before. You got to let us know, because we are so excited about this. Right? Like I told you, never, ever, ever have I seen that before. Please, folks, in the comment behind or down below, let me know. Do any of you own such a machine? Do you really use it? Had you seen these before? I didn't even know such a thing existed. This was fabulous. And Marlon and I have really enjoyed looking at the machine. I was teasing him about spending all day on it, but really, just really an exciting thing. So yes, they do need to bring that back. Absolutely. I'm seeing some of the comments already roll through, folks. This is awesome. So yeah, what a treat to get to see a sewing machine like that. And the only thing I think that would have almost felt like it made more sense if there was some way that the serger was on one side or the same side so that you could just do your sewing from side to side. But really, I guess it still makes the most sense because of the way that we're used to the way that the machines run. Folks, I apologize. We will not have that machine available for demo days tomorrow, Saturday, here at the shop. That is somebody's personal machine, and I cannot let you play with it. Please don't even ask. Right? That was pretty rad, right? Yeah, it was pretty cool. I'm not sure. I saw another question just come in if it was made in Japan. No, we did find out it was made in the early 80s, and apparently there were 2 online and sold before we could even see the price. They're that rare and special. And so anyways, really, really exciting. I thought that was just fantastic. And then again, I probably should have saved that for last because it was really, really exciting. Really exciting for me anyways. But last but not least on the grateful list, yes, little discoveries. It's the little things in life that often make me so darn grateful. And for those of you who know, every year we now do a New Year's Day or New Year's Eve sew along, depending on which day of the week it falls on. We don't work on Sundays. Last year, I decided that I was a little disappointed because it had happened on New Year's Day when I normally do my polar bear plunge to kick off my new year in style. So I decided to challenge all of you to buy enough kits that would then send me into our wildly frozen and possibly grotesque full of wildlife pond that's here on the property. And all of you were so concerned I was going to be consumed by some sort of alligator. And I felt pretty safe because the water was probably 35 degrees. But I will let you know now, the last several times I've been out here visiting, I've been watching the pond and there are absolutely turtles living out there. There was a big one a couple of days ago, but I didn't see him. But look at this little teeny turtle I found in the pond. He goes away quick. But then if you look at this picture, watch just long enough, this movie, there's going to be like a dragonfly that flies by him. Look. That's how small that turtle was. That was like a dragonfly you just saw go by him. Isn't that incredible? So at any rate, little wonders, tiny wonders, something like that is always exciting for me. Oh, come on now. Turn in lights. There we go. So exciting, I can't even work the buttons, folks. So at any rate, yeah, it was really fun to see those little turtles. And now that they're out there, I know they're out there. I go and I check on them each day, and it's really fun. So I just love stuff like that. And I know so many of you all love stuff like that as well. And so again, it's just one of those awesome things to just be grateful for, right? Now, I did see several questions come throughout today's show. So I'm going to take a few moments, do a little comments check, make sure I haven't missed any of the feedback that I need to hear from. And let's see what kind of information. I think there's a couple of questions I do need to answer as well. Oh, I see another happy birthday there to you out there, Mom. Yeah, I'm actually loving the jacket as well, Elaine. Thank you very much. There's something I just feel very like, like suave. It's a good fit on me. And of course it matches my green uniform very nicely as well. Whoa, Scotland's out there. That's pretty cool. Mom, you got a lot of birthdays. That's pretty neat. Loving the jacket. Thanks again, folks. Okay, Carl, I am not seeing ACJ out there. I've got her email. I'm going to send her an email as soon as I log off today and make sure that ACJ is okay. Patty, thank you for picking up on my humor about no quilts are harmed in the filming of my videos. One day that was actually a true statement, and today there's just no quilts on the set. Although, funny enough, the quilt that I was filming for a tutorial coming up, I literally just unstitched it and put it back together right, and I'll have to retake the photograph. I realized in holding the photograph up, I had one of the rows in wrong. I mean, there's nothing worse. There's just nothing worse than finishing the whole video to know it's wrong. But yeah, you love that about me anyways, right? Okay, folks, let's see here. Oh, we have a first time, Holly. Hi, Holly. Glad you're out here. Oh, that was the question. What is couching? Well, folks, if you were at my home, you would discover that couching is what the young people seem to do all day around my house, right? Just sitting there on the couch. No, I'm kidding. Couching is like free motion quilting or embroidery, where you're actually using a little bit of a zigzag or a real micro straight stitch, and you're then running some yarns. It's like a surface embellishment where you're stitching down kind of free motion style. Oh, and I guess it doesn't even have to be free motion. That's right. They also make a couching or braiding foot where you feed yarns or ribbons or something like that onto the top of your project through your presser foot and stitch it down, generally with decorative threads. I don't know that that's the actual definition of couching, but that's kind of the applied technique. And it's really, really kind of cool. You often see it done kind of like with chenille yarns and things to add surface texture. Think about some of those home decor pillows that maybe have like a fuzzy sunflower or something like that on them. Probably that's a couched style textile there. If that helps a little bit. Krista's mugs are amazing. And there was somebody that had ice for 2 days in this Texas heat in their Krista mug, which is rad. Lots of you love that machine. Okay, let's see. I've got some knowledge coming in on the machine. There was a didn't have one, but always wanted one out there. Came out in the mid-'80s. Yep, strike a pose. Thank you. Loving it, folks. That's for Cindy out there. Yeah, Bucklebees for the shoes. Thanks, Carl. I appreciate you catching my back. I wasn't getting that comment. Bucklebee Bag Company. But folks, we'll probably be carrying the kits here at Stitchin Heaven as well. We'd love to teach some one-day workshops on it and, of course, tutorials. They just would be amazing. You pick out your own fabrics, and I'm not exactly sure what all comes in the kit. They're incredibly comfortable. I don't know if you have to pick out your own eyelets or not, but I'm under the impression the sole and the needle and everything that you need to go through it will be in the kits. I'm not in charge of purchasing, folks. Oh boy, or what I overspend around here. I just can't stop buying stuff. As a matter of fact, I got a new Stitchin Heaven shirt this week. And like I said, one of these awesome little leather notepads that I just think is super awesome. So anyways, I think I've caught all of the comments. Gwen, you're asking, when will I be a teacher on a cruise? Gwen, I'm going to give you an honest answer of never, but please hear the rest of the reasoning. I have taught on a few quilting cruises, and I can get very seasick almost immediately, especially when I'm trying to focus on small print work or cruising is a challenge for me. And so I really did well when we went to the last cruise, but I did have the medicated ear patch on the entire time. There were a few times where I didn't feel terrific. And so that was one of my commitments. I don't feel it's fair to be a paid instructor on a ship and not show up for class, right? And so that's why I was the entertainment service. I was in charge of taking people down the slides. I was in charge of making sure that everybody was having a good time, well hydrated, that kind of stuff, and was taking care of sewing machine questions and servicing and things like that. So I'm okay on spotty kind of stuff like that, but when it comes to an actual cruise where I have to be able to teach multiple days in a row, I can't commit to it anymore because I was very ill once and I was embarrassed, and the students didn't get what they had really deserved out of my time. So that's why I say no. Sorry about that. I hope that's not terrible. All right. So if you have any last questions, get them in now, folks. I'm going to be online for just another minute or so. And again, reminding you all of our awesome Christmas in July sales we're having. You have a few days to take advantage of the 25% off the Christmas panels. And then, like I said, next week will be notions and all Stitchin Heaven branded items. And that includes the rotary cutter blades, the scissors. I love the little applique scissors, the clips, the binders, the cups, and all of that kind of stuff, plus all of the other notions that we're able to discount for you. So super excited to have you all joining along today. If you have friends, and I see this all the time, that are out there hunting for me, especially with the tutorials, maybe around the machine quilting or the learning to quilt videos, you can find them all right here at Stitchin Heaven now. We post a new one up for you every Wednesday, and we are so blessed to have you joining along, folks. So hope you have a beautiful weekend and do something incredibly creative. Stay safe and stay